Hello all and welcome to the Retrokit 2023 Challenge update for June 2023, and we are halfway through the year. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to spit some facts at you and some statistics at the beginning of how we have done so far. And then after that, obviously, we'll talk about the Gamerscore we got, but what I'm going to do is going to be a little bit more brief in this video. I'm not going to talk about absolutely every game and every achievement, because the first lot of facts I'm going to throw at you here is that I've unlocked achievements in 142 new games, so games I've never got an achievement in before, plus there are 2 more games with previously unlocked achievements which I've since got more achievements in. So I've got achievements in 144 different games in June. Now, I thought I would nearly be done by now with regards to not the Connect set and not my non-PAL games, just my PAL normal standard green case releases. However, I do have 58 more games to go. I've had a little bit of a count up with games I've never played before, that is. And obviously at the same time I am continuously adding as well. It wouldn't have been 58, but I have been buying games at the same time. So we have a lot to talk about and we still have a lot to go through. So like I said, the talking about the games is going to be a bit brief. I'm going to go through some highlights, try and remember some of the easy ones, and I do ask if there's anything that I don't mention and sort of skip past a little bit without diving into too deep, and you want to know what achievement I got and anything to do with that game, perhaps from what little I've experienced, then there is a comment section below and you can ask what was the achievement I got, or what did you think of the game, or anything like that, and I will do my best to answer that question for you. So right, let's get the progress of how we've done so far. So I've got how much Gamerscore on 360 I've got per month so far. So this is more of a catch you up if you have been listening or watching the entire series so far. So in January I scored 2015 Gamerscore, and in February I got 3,779, bringing the running yearly total then up to 5,794. In March we got 3,840, bringing the total up to 9,634. In April I got 3,325, which brought the running total up to 12,959. In May was an exceptionally poor month. I really slacked this month, and I only tell myself off for that. In May we only got 1,770 Xbox 360 Gamerscore, bringing the running total up to 14,729. And this month, June, that we're covering, I scored 4,729 Gamerscore, bringing the running total up to 19,458, which sadly isn't even a fifth of the total that we need to get, because obviously it's 100,000 and I'm not at 20,000 yet. So obviously at this stage, if I was to be on target, I should be at 50,000, so I'm well behind. And that means I am exactly 80,542 Gamerscore behind, or away, sorry, from the 100,000 Gamerscore that I am aiming for. And I've got some new targets, and the new targets are quite scary, because obviously at the beginning of the year the monthly target was 8,000 and something, I can't remember exactly, and I haven't written it down. But unfortunately the target has probably gone up by about 5,000 a month. To the monthly target now needed is going to be 13,423 Gamerscore. That's round up to the nearest Gamerscore. And so is the daily amount. The new daily amount has now shot up to 438 Gamerscore per day for the rest of the year, because there are 184 days left of this year, including July the 1st, which I'm recording this on, and haven't actually unlocked the 360 achievement yet, so we're going to get cracking on with that. But we are going to do exactly that. We're going to get cracking on now. And I remember at the end of the last video I did say about, even if I haven't done achievement per game, I'm going to have to re-strategize and perhaps dig into games. I'm going to kind of, I think, hopefully do a bit of both. I really want to get these PAL games done. So there, as I said, there are 58 more of those to go, so hopefully I can shoot through those. Literally don't spend too long with the game and shoot through those, but perhaps at the same time sort of go back to the ones that I can dig into and get a nice big chunk of Gamerscore out of. Obviously I've got my non-PAL stuff to dig into. I'm very keen to start my Japanese shooters, so hopefully I know there'll be a difficult 1000G, but I'm not all about getting the 1000G now. I just have to get as much as I possibly can. If I can get the 1000G, I'll go for it. But nice big chunks out of games is always going to help. And then, of course, there is still the Connect games. And I did say with the Connect games, I do want to go through those and get an achievement out of all of those, like I have been doing with the non-Connect stuff. But they're the ones that I might hang around with and get as much as I can and then move on. But I might not just like be hitting those as much as possible. If I don't like a game, I might just unlock an achievement and move on. But if I feel like I can get a nice big chunk out of a Connect game, it's like while it's in, while I'm doing it, while I know I'm doing, I'm going to crack on with that. But anyway, I think I've covered a lot of stats and a lot of plans going forward. And as I say, this is going to be a little bit briefer. I'm going to skip past a few games, perhaps not even go into them if I can remember what I've done. But I'm going to try and pick out the easy stuff, perhaps mention games that I enjoyed and any sort of other things and tips that you may need to know about certain games. But anyway, this video kind of starts where the last one ends, and because in the last one I had unlocked an achievement in Sonic Unleashed, but it had ticked past midnight, so it actually goes into the stats for July. So that 25G, not a massive amount, every little helps, so isn't actually been counted in all the figures that I've spat at you just now. So Sonic Unleashed was basically the first achievement I unlocked by just playing the game. It did take a long while. The South Park Stick of Truth one was quite interesting. We will go into that one. And that was, you accepted your fate and chose the name Douchebag yourself. So after you played a little sort of tutorial bit and sort of have your hand held a bit to a certain point, you're asked to give your character a name. And I knew about this achievement, so I did type it out. But I am led to believe if you don't type it out, he'll just call you Douchebag and you'll get that achievement. So it's pretty much in the story and you're going to get it. But it was just one of those achievements that made me laugh. And what I've played out of this game so far is hilarious. So yeah, this is one I might want to go back to, or look into if I can get a nice big chunk out of it reasonably quickly and get on with playing. But yeah, that game is just hilarious. Those two achievements in Space Chimps were basically for finishing the first level. A couple of things I did in that. Here's me saying I won't go into all of them. Complete any mission without dying and defeat all enemies in a mission. The first level was a bit tutorial based and very easy and not too difficult to do, so we smashed that out. That Spec Ops The Line achievement was for finding the first piece of intel. Must admit, I used a video guide on where all the intel bits were, and then that led me to know where the first piece of intel was, and I just picked it up. So I did play through all of the Spider-Man games that I own that begin with S, because obviously I did the Amazing Spider-Man when we got to A. Obviously, this is basically, we have, by the way, finished everything that's on my shelf, and I've just got these massive piles of games on the floor, so you'll see where they kick in, because they just got all over the place all of a sudden. But we did get through the shelves, and everything's been alphabetised and on the shelves, but these piles on the floor is what the 58 left is that I need to do. But yeah, I played all 5 games that began with S and our Spider-Man games, and probably put a bit of time into all of them. These were a long time ago, so I am struggling to remember what I did in these anyway. But if you do wish to know what the achievement was about any specific one, please do ask in the comment section below, and I will do my best to look things up and remember, but a bit difficult to remember this far back. However, Splathouse I do remember playing and basically getting a few achievements in the first level for doing sort of miscellaneous things like, there we go, splat an enemy on a wall, regenerate a splat siphon, and perform a splatter kill, were just all things that happened while I played the first level for a bit. I don't even think I finished the first level. I just decided I've got 3 achievements out of this 15G, let's move on. The SpongeBob game, that was easy, so that one definitely needs a look at. So I found the first missing page, finished the level without using any blaster burgers. I was aware of that achievement. I made sure I didn't do it because I knew the first level would be extremely easy, and it was. Just explored everywhere on this level, which is really hard not to miss, basically exploring anywhere on the level because it's very open and there are no real hidden bits. But yeah, finished the level without falling unconscious. That first level is super easy. So we've got a nice little chunk out of SpongeBob Hero Pants, a nice 150. And again, this one feels like it could be a nice, if it's not an easy 1000G, it's going to be a nice easy chunk. So that could be one that we return to, because like I said, I'm going to need to target the easy chunks and easy completions that I've got left to do, because we are that far behind. SSX, now there are a couple of easy ones in this, so we'll have a look at this. Grind your first rail, not in the tutorial. In the tutorial will teach you how to do it, so once you've done that, pop it to another and do it. But these were, I did actually accumulate enough money to make my first board purchase. There is another achievement of buying something, but I didn't have enough money to do that. But unlock all game modes will actually just unlock when you've done that tutorial level. Star Trek, I remember playing that for ages to get that first achievement. I didn't like the game. It's not one I'm going to be going back to anytime soon. That first achievement did take about an hour or so. Star Trek Legacy is some sort of sim flying game, again, which took even longer than that, and I don't like these sort of sim style games, and it was very hard to understand and learn, certainly when you're trying to rush through and get an achievement out of the game. Star Wars: The Clone Wars Republic Heroes, got 5 out of that in about an hour's work, so that was quite a nice one to do and get a little bit out of. The Force Unleashed 2, I remember that one was super quick and early on in the game. I used an entire bar of force power on a lightning attack, so yeah, that happened in the tutorial. I just knew about that achievement, and I was like, well, as soon as I get that bar filled up, we're going to do that and knock that achievement out and move on. Moved on to Stormrise, which I do not remember at all. I can't remember it. It's a completely tutorial level, so there's always going to be a few of those in these videos once we've got past one achievement out of every game. As I say, it always crops up, that sort of achievement. Stranglehold, I'm going to have to look into a lot of these early ones. I can't remember. Visit the unlock shop. There you go. Honestly, just once, title screen, go in that shop, boom, achievement done, nice and easy. Glad I looked into that one. Samurai Flakes was very annoying. As you can see, I've got 5 achievements of 5G, so there's a lot of odd numbered achievements in this. My gamer score on overall is actually odd at the moment, but I decided not to correct it and wait till I've got through 1 out of every game, and then I can pop an achievement on my Xbox One and correct it. But create a custom competition, make a full start in single player, get a timeout in single player, create a female character, create a male character, all easy achievements you can do in the game in no more than 10 minutes, as long as you know that they're all there. So pop all those in no time at all, won't take very long. In 2009 they were a bit kinder, and that's probably create the male and female characters, I think. Oh no, form a full start, get a timeout, get disqualified single player, all in one achievement rather than separate ones. I'll create a male and female character. Again, that's another super easy achievement, creating the 2 characters there if you don't want to do the racing one as well. Supreme Commander, that was another tactical shooter. I remember spending ages with that, so if you want a quick achievement out of that game, then you're going to have to spend probably more than half an hour if you're better at those sort of games than I am, but I remember spending a long time in that game and not really enjoying it. This game surprised me, Rockstar Table Tennis, and the reason why it surprised me is an achievement in single player mode would have been difficult. There are still people playing this, so you can get an achievement for watching an online match, which is what I did. I was very surprised. You can join a match in the middle of it, but the match has to end for the achievement to unlock, that is. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Dangers of the Use, I think that's basically training level, tutorial level, that won't take long. Mutants in Manhattan, I want to look at these, I think these were easy. So complete the tutorial, grind routes for 300 feet. So complete the tutorial, easy enough. It does teach you how to grind rails, and you can just grind it up and down that rail, and it's cumulative, so across the whole game, so you'll probably get it if you're playing through the game naturally, but I just ground it out on the spot and popped that 5G just quickly. Tenchu Z, this took ages. It was kill a certain amount of enemies, 20 stealth kills achieved. Yeah, that took a while to do. Yeah, I thought I'd love that game more than I did, and unfortunately I didn't really enjoy it as much as I hoped I would have done. Not really a stealth game fan, so I'm kind of not really surprised myself there at all that I didn't really like it that much. Anyway, Terraria. What do we do in Terraria? Begin the tutorial. There you go, unlocked. So I remember that. I was glad that was easy, because again, that's another style of game that I'm not really into. Test Drive Unlimited 2. I did have to play for about half an hour or so. Own one house caravan. That will happen if you just play it long enough. Thrillville on the rails, I believe that is. I had to play some sort of mini game for that one. Got a 6-node combo in the entertaining mini game, which is not difficult to do. That mini game is unlocked from the start. So we did a lot of Tiger Woods games here, as you'll see. We've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 14. One thing to know about Tiger Woods is 06, you cannot unlock any achievements in. Something's happened to that game, and it's now physically impossible to unlock any achievements in Tiger Woods 06. My copy of 07, first time around, didn't work. It has since been replaced, so that's going to get done soon. But I think 08 and 09 had some sort of... I did this achievement in land inches from the hole. There's a nice easy one for you. Shot limit exceeded. Hit the pin. That got lucky there, hitting the pin. But yeah, a few inches from the hole I did in a lot of these games, if I remember rightly. Hit the ball from a bunker into a different hazard, such as... set that up as well. Purposely hit into the bunker, and then obviously hit into the water. I was just going to watch the credits, but I saw that achievement. I was like, well, I can do that nice and easy anyway. So, but another one with a watch the credits, which is always super easy. What do we do in this one? Here's me saying I'll skip past other games, and I'm getting stuck into a lot of them. Land the ball on the green with at least 2 fewer strokes than par green in regulation, and then land the ball on the fairway after your tee shot. So 2 very simple achievements to do, not difficult at all. Self-explanatory. Participate in the right club to start the mode. That achievement will unlock. Tune your golf clubs with Create Golf Win Club Tuner. I must admit, I looked at true achievements how to do that, but again, that's something you can do from the menu and not too difficult to do. So 12 was the Masters Edition. Did we do the... so we got these ones again. So yeah, just land in the fairway from your tee shot, and then in 2 shots land on the green by the hole. Not difficult to use if you pick one of the lower par courses. Use new speed play option in game. Had to learn what to do with that thanks to true achievements, and that's super easy once you know what to do, and complete the prologue as well. I think that's pretty much unavoidable when you start the game. We do have 13 now, and I can get a achievement out of that, but didn't have it at the time when I was going through the game. So 400 drive with a power golfer. Check out trueachievements.com for the solution on that achievement. It's exactly what I did. It was a great setup. It tells you which course and a bit of wind to use behind you. So time shift I don't remember at all, but we completed Act 1 and got a couple of other achievements along the way, which were these 2. Titanfall, complete the training. That would take a bit of time though, about half hour or so I reckon. Tomb Raider, I really enjoyed this game actually. This is a game that I genuinely want to play. This is I really enjoyed this. I wasn't a big fan of actually the very early Tomb Raiders. I did play them though, but I just kept playing until I unlocked achievement, and that's what I got. 10 small animals killed and looted. So this is where we went through the Tomb Raider games. One of them was a bit frustrating. Anniversary, what did we do in that one? Collected the shotgun weapon. Looked up true achievements on how to do that, because there's a bit you can pick it up by swinging into this little cave bit on a certain level, rather than pick it up much later in the game. Tomb Raider Legends was collect 5 bronze rewards. There's these coins everywhere to collect. The bronze ones do appear quite frequently and often and aren't too hard to see. Tomb Raider, I think one of these games did frustrate me. Get the prologue done on that didn't take too long. I can't remember which one it was. It was the one where I found a shotgun. I found a little bit frustrating. So we hit some Tom Clancy's games. End War. Complete the voice commander training. You need your headset for that one. That's weird. That is. You have to sort of say certain things and keep, but not say it too loud or quiet. But it's like calibrating your mic before. It's a strange achievement. It's a very strange achievement. So we did complete Border Town. So the first level in that game, I think might probably have been the first level in that game as well. Oh no, you ranked up to private first class. I just played that for a bit. Some more Tom Clancy's games. Again, I can't remember what I did in these. Look, we're going to end up opening nearly all these games, aren't we? So there we go. We did that. Complete single player story, Merchant Street Market on a difficulty. So that's the first level of that game. And in solo mode, successfully created a training course. So yeah, that's not difficult as well early on. I'm just going to say I didn't like either of these games, the Tony Hawk's games. I spent a long time doing them. One of them, Major Way to Skate Park. That was surprisingly frustrating if you do not know what to do and you're not very good at Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, and you just go into it without sort of learning anything about it and how to do it. The self-lesson for myself there. Was Proving Ground any better? I can't remember. I remember spending ages with this game, and then 2 unlocked at once. And yeah, I'll be honest, it's not my style of game, but I found that very, very frustrating. So this is one of the games I've already unlocked achievements on, because I do believe last month me and my good friend Ross of Borhor started the game and did obviously won 1 race each and 10 races each. So because we're obviously taking turns to win races and boosting together, naturally it'll take a bit longer because obviously both of you are getting the achievements. So but it's quicker than doing legit, plus no one's playing it anyway. So 50 and 100 as well. So we did the 50 and the 100 in June. So thanks Ross for that, mate. Top Spin 4, I remember this one being quick and easy, creating a player. There you go, nice and easy that one. Tornado Outbreak we played for a while, played the first level, and I might have started the second level but not finished it. And we got 4 achievements out of 35 in about an hour's work of that. 2 Human, got 2 in that for some reason. I don't remember this game as well. First skill point assigned. The player must juggle an enemy which is then killed in air combat by their teammate. I absolutely fluke that, so I can't give you any advice on that, but that was what I was going for. So as soon as I got a skill point, I assigned it. Transformers, these have a lot of easy achievements in, so it's going to be hard to remember which one were the easy ones. They were changed into a vehicle before reaching the change form tutorial in chapter 1. So just learn what the button is. I can't remember because they are different per game. Y button was in one of them, but just look up which button will change your car and change it to vehicle form. That's it. So learn which button changes you to vehicle form before you start the tutorial, and then press that button before it asks you to do so. And that's a super easy and quick 25G. There's another one of these games that's got that. It's not Devastation. Used focus 100 times. There's a point that teaches you how to do it, and then rather than smash through the door sort of when I can after using focus, I just stayed there and just absolutely smashed that achievement out, because if I didn't do that there, I think I'd have spent a lot more time playing that game to try and get an achievement out of it. That's the one that could potentially take a long time. However, I did spend quite a bit of time with it getting to that point of grinding that achievement out. So we've got 2 in this one. Unlock a new zone either campaign, and a silver medal either campaign. So that wasn't one of the easy ones, and that one I probably did spend about an hour with getting those 2 achievements. So that's one I'm going to have to look up and remember what I was doing. So if you wish to know more about that, please let me know in the comments. Rise of the Dark Spark, I think that is. Yep. Was this another transforming one? Open 3 gearboxes. As drift, defeat 25 enemies with the blade dash ability. Yeah, once I learned how to do that, I made sure I did that, and I think I had 2 gearboxes open, so I was like, I'm going to play till I get 1 more, and did that. Transformers the game. This has got to be another Transformer one, surely. I thought there was 2. Yeah, here we go. You've transformed for the first time. Again, just know which button it is, and once you start the game, press it. There we go. Super easy and quick. Trials HD. Oh, this is one of my combo packs, and I hadn't unlocked achievement at all 3 of these games. What do we do? Trials HD. The player has saved his... Oh, yeah, just... Don't even put anything on put one thing on the floor, save it. I was going, you could probably not put anything on the floor and save and that achievement unlocked. But the player's completely destroyed the motorcycle and broken every single boat in a crash. So yeah, just there's a level early on, or it might be even the first level, you can drive into basically an explosive barrel and get that achievement. So I was just going to do that, and then I saw that achievement for making a level, and I thought, yeah, let's get that done as well. Limbo, don't need to open this up. There's an achievement for walking left on the very first level, basically. Instead of walking right like you're supposed to, and there's a 5G achievement for doing that. Explosion Man, sorry. And in that, eliminate 10 scientists and stop them from spreading their filthy lies. So when you're playing through the first level, you can go up to the scientists and basically bash them, and they explode for some reason. Do that 10 times and you'll get that achievement. It can happen, it will happen very early on. Tron Evolution, I spent about an hour with, I think. Got 3 achievements out of it. I basically played through the first level. There we go, gained a version level for the first time, completed the tutorial, collected your first Tron file. So we completed the tutorial and then played it for a bit as well, and got those 3 achievements out of it. So I didn't even look up a guide, I just found that Tron file, couldn't miss it. Thank you very much. Tropico 3, this is a strategy game. I spent ages with this. I went into it blind. I mashed a lot of buttons. I didn't really know what I was doing. I listened to the tutorial, still messed things up, and eventually got a 5G achievement out of it. Go on, let's have a look at it before we move on. We actually completed the tutorial. That's what it was. Took much longer than it should have done. Turning Point, I don't remember. Another one, I don't remember. Toss a parachute onto the streets below New York on any difficulty. I think you have to do that in the first level. You sort of come across this bridge and it prompts you to do it. So that's one you can get quite early on by playing through the first level. Turok, I spent ages with this game and did not enjoy it. And then again, it was kind of one of those 2-for-1 things as well. Not wanting to give up, you fought off 20 raptor mauls during the story mode campaign. You successfully killed 50 creatures in the story mode campaign. There's a certain spot where I sort of killed X amount of raptors and then let the last one kill me, and then just repeated the same spot to get those achievements. I didn't really enjoy that game, so it's not one I'll be going back to any time soon. I really enjoyed them on the PlayStation 1, the Turok games, but nope, getting mixed up with Dino Crisis. So I really enjoyed Turok on the N64. That's where it actually happens. So yeah, I was a little bit disappointed by this. Perhaps maybe I built it up to more than I expected, but yeah, no, I really enjoyed the Turok game on the N64. 2 world game, I don't even remember these at all. Create at least 1 permanent potion. Create at least 1 potion. Do you know what? This is one of those where you collect loads of things in your itinerary, and it says about making a potion on true achievement. So I was like, I'll just mix that and that together. Just pick 2 things that I happen to pick up and see what would happen. Create a potion, and for some reason it was that potion. So I completely fluked that. Probably did something similar in this one, did we? Or no, it'd be completely different now. I said that. Escape from castle, whatever that says, Vakma. So that's something that happens very early on as well. Vancouver, a Winter Olympics game. there we go. 4 controllers out. Play a 4-player game with 1 console. Bob's your uncle. Nice and easy. Thank you very much. Vanquish. This was something we did in the tutorial. We had to complete all the training exercises. Did that. One of those was kind of a little bit annoying, but it weren't too bad. Velvet Assassin. This frustrated me. This is another stealth game. I spent ages, again, probably longer than I wanted to, when I say ages, and ended up getting 3 achievements out of it. So that's the first mission in the game. Apparently I didn't get identified, but at one spot I kept getting identified and killed. So if you get identified and then killed and don't go through the game without getting identified afterwards, but not getting killed, you'll still unlock that achievement. So if you get identified, get killed and start at the last checkpoint, you've killed all enemies in the lost. There's like 4, I think. There's not many enemies in that level at all. So I ended up getting a 3 for 1 by the time I did get through it. So at least it rewarded me for my patience of that game. Spent a long time with Viking just wandering around killing enemies because I wanted to perform 25 fatalities. I think I was going for something else, but it prompts you how to do a fatality and it's super easy to do one. Right, we've got 2 for 1 here. I remember this because I got out 2 controllers and just left it idling while I was on my other Xbox, on my Series X. And you'll see why. Play co-op. Play 1 box co-op for 3 hours. Play 1 box co-op for 1 hour. There are a couple of early things that you might want to... Because I timed it out. I went back to it and was like, why is it not unlocked? And it was because I had to press a button to go past this screen that was, I don't know, tutorial-ish, I don't know, trying to teach me something. That actually happened twice. But once you get past those screens, you can then leave it. So just keep an eye out for those. And yeah, otherwise you'll end up running your poor little Xbox doing nothing for longer than you expect. But that was nice and easy to do. The Walking Dead Survival Instincts. I can't remember this, so I am actually going to open all of them. So we complete the first location and can kill multiple walkers with 1 bullet. So that probably happened a little bit by accident. Oh no! I had a sniper rifle and I tried to line that up. So obviously got 2 heads are better than 1 by actually spending a bit of time with it and having a little patience in lining up a sniper shot. But we did the first location and got 2 nice achievements out of that rather than just the 1. Right, wallet. Oh, this one's super easy. Honestly, start the game, press forwards, and it's in the description. And you find the first cockroach. It's literally start the game unavoidable. So you'll get that in no time at all. What do we do in this one? Want your weapons fake? Complete the first tutorial. Another complete tutorial. So it won't take too long. Space Marine, got a couple out of. That's Warhammer Space Marine. Reunite with your Space Marine brothers. Kill 100 enemies. So that was my intention. And I probably was so close to the end of the level, I thought, why not finish it? Warhammer Battle March, that is just watch the credits. So start the credits up, let them run to their completion, and Bob's your uncle. That's that achievement unlocked. Warriors of Rochi and 3. I have actually got 2 as well. It's interesting, I got 6 in that and only 1 in that. I can't remember why. Again, we're still halfway through the month at the moment. Save the game with 15 or more officers unlocked. So yeah, I just kept playing that till that happened. Obviously, can't remember a lot about that. I will have to look that up on TA to read more about it, or perhaps you can if you really want to know about that achievement. So in this, we upgraded a weapon for the first time and purchased a weapon for the first time. Raised compatibility of a weapon to maximum. Obtained over 10,000 XP in a single battle. Achieved 3,000 KOs and 1,000. Oh, I remember this in the very first level. As long as you don't sort of go to the last area and finish it, you can have infinite enemies just keep spawning. So I was like, right, I'm going to keep going until I get 3,000. So once I did those achievements, I finished the level, and it was enough to get that. And then I just did these before I sort of left the game. So in the menu, and then saved up and left. Vortex Senko no Rondo. I completed the game with one of the characters. The boss battle in that is a little frustrating. It's very difficult. I found it very difficult, except for on easy in the end, which is what I did. It's a very weird sort of shmup aerial fighting game. Watch Dogs, that's a very early on storyline progressional achievement. Take down Maurice. Honestly, it's unavoidable. About 15 minutes or so into the game. This one is definitely a game with an FYI sort of attached to this, because as you'll see, I've got 13 out of 20 achievements for 650G. That's a nice decent chunk. They are all online, all can be boosted with a boosting partner, just 2 people. Again, going back to my boosting buddy Ross of Bohor, I learnt about this game when I was going for an achievement in it and saw all the online. I was like, actually, the non-online stuff isn't going to be quick to unlock, one, and in fact, all the non-online stuff isn't going to be quick, and certainly isn't going to be easy. You have to put a lot of time in this game to get 1000G, but if you find a boosting buddy and a spare couple of hours who can get all the online done, have TA to hand, with the tips on the ones that you can't work out as well. It's a bit of map selection and sort of learning what to do before you start can really help get that done a bit quicker. But yeah, that's definitely one to watch out for, because as always, with 360, some of the early stuff is peer-to-peer, so you haven't got to worry about server closure, and then obviously there's a lot of games which are server-based and can have a server closure. So with online stuff, unless you really know, then it's always best to get it done as soon as possible. So if you've got a copy of Vampire Reign and a buddy with the game, I would advise always with online, get it done as soon as, because you just don't know what's going to happen with it. And I must admit, we actually finished this with a bit of time to spare before we both had to go to bed for the night, basically. So I said over the headset, Need for Speed The Rivals, shall we knock that out as well? Because this is another game I already had an achievement in. Unfortunately, we both had to sit through and do the opening for the, because you have to do, there's the cop and the racer storyline. So I'd already done the racer side and unlocked an achievement, so I had to sit through the cop prologue or cop tutorial section, and poor old Ross had to sit through them both. We did sort of 2 online achievements. The only online achievements: win a race against a friend, so that's where you're as racers, and then busted a friend is obviously where you need to be the police car and the other person stay a racer. So and that was the one I unlocked back earlier in the year, banked your first score. So back in April, the 10th of April, we did that one. So we got the online done for Need for Speed Rival, so the 1000G is now obtainable for me. Now Watchmen is a game that I was going to just do the one achievement thing in, and ended up doing one entire playthrough with one character. This game has odd numbered achievements, so this is another game which is responsible for odding up my score and for me needing to fix it. So I completed it. There's 2 characters to choose from. I completed one of them. That's his name. I'm not going to try and pronounce it. And along the way, we performed 250 finishing moves. We performed 200 counter attacks, knocked 100 people over by throwing other people into them. That was one I was aware of and did. So once you learn how to pick someone up, aim them at other people and throw them at them. The first achievement I did was dodge or block 25 income attacks. So I actually was just going to do that, and I spammed that once I learned how to do that. And I was just like, this is a fighting game in the style of Fighting Force, that sort of scrolling beat 'em up. This is my jam. I'm going to play this, and I ended up getting hooked on it and playing through an entire playthrough, as I say, with that character. So yeah, there is a playthrough for doing it with the other complete game in Night Owl mode, complete the game in co-op mode, and find all the bits to pick up. So I still need to do that in his mode, but there is a second playthrough to do with the other character by the looks of it. So yeah, no, really enjoyed that game. There's also, that game has basically, the Watchmen game has 2 games on 1 disc, so I think actually the other game counts as another game. So I might have to pop back and play that, but just any excuse to play it. If it's anything like Watchmen Part 1, Part 2, gonna love it. Well, Samurai 3, this is I believe this was a very Dynasty Warriors-esque game, if it's not one of their games. First time killing an enemy, learned a skill for the first time. 2 super easy, quick stuff you can get out of that, especially kill an enemy. It's not going to take long at all, is it? Wheelman, I can't... Oh, yes, I do remember this. This gave me sort of Driver San Francisco vibes about this one, and I could quite easily enjoy this game and spend a lot of time with this. So perform a cinematic jump, that happens very early on. Complete the mission frantic. As I said, I ended up spending a bit of time in this game because I was just enjoying it. So I performed an air jack successfully. It does teach you how to do that. That's not difficult. And then I did get the TA solution out for the cat statues in general, and someone had very kindly sort of located where all the cats are. Some you have to get out your car off and find, some you can just bash into your car. Where I was, I found one nearby that I could just drive my car into, and did that. Williams Pinball, this one was frustrating. I would advise playing this table over and over again like I did. If you get lucky, you could literally do it first time. I ended up playing this game for nearly, I don't know, it probably was nearly 2 hours. I'm worried about sort of overemphasising, but it probably was nearly 2 hours. It might have been an hour and a half, because it just felt longer. And I couldn't get one of the basic goals, and it's just like, the luck isn't happening. I will get there eventually, and I did. But that's the definitely easiest achievement in the game, to get all the basic goals on that particular table, which you can play from the start. RTL Winter Sports 2009. That's just Winter Sports 2009 basically. So these weren't too difficult to do. Perform a perfect start. I think these happened in the challenge mode in this game. Can't quite remember. I wanted to look this up. Another annoying 1G achievement there. So yeah, I was 2 away from sorting out, and that popped along the way, so that helped me out a little bit. But we played a lot of the winter sports game. The Witcher 2 we played until we got one achievement, and I must have been close to a second one, so we carried on. Killed 10 foes in a row without losing any vitality. Got a bit lucky there, I think. Intimidate someone. I didn't even realise what I was doing, but I had a bit of a speech dialogue with someone, and I happened to press the right option and got lucky there, to be honest. Wolfenstein, what do we do in Wolfenstein? Complete the train station mission in single player campaign. So complete the first mission, killed 3 floating enemies, which is pretty much unavoidable to do in that mission unless you literally stand there and decide you're not going to do it, because you have this section where some sort of explosion happens and everybody, all the enemies just, everybody goes up in the air, including yourself, start floating about, and all your enemies are sort of dazed and wiggling everywhere and not being able to do anything while you're a bit in control of yourself. So it's not too difficult to do that at all, actually. It's going to be hard to actually miss it, but it is technically missable. So the Wolfenstein, I think that's the New Order. That's what TNO stands for there. Saved Allied planes. That happened very early on in the game as well. I can't remember exactly what I did there. I will have to look that one up. If you wish to know about that achievement, again, comment section below, I will look it up for you. World Championship Poker All In. You finished your first year as a pro, you can actually basically just skip through to the last day of the year and then start the second year. Not difficult at all. Didn't play a single hand. World Championships New 2007. I think I played the Paul mode and got 2 balls in a row on that. Yep, did that. Did that again in a later game as well. The Worms games I spent a little bit of time with. If you're very au fait with the Worms games, these shouldn't take you long at all. However, they took me much longer than I should have done. But Worms is fun, and I was pleased to kind of learn and understand what to do again for a little bit of time, and they were fun. They were a compilation disc, so 3 games on 1 disc. If you wish to know more about those, again, comment section below. World Snooker Championship Reel 2011. This is probably another putting a certain amount of balls in a row. Edit your character's appearance. Oh, that's an easy thing to do. View the replay with the replay rewind feature in championship match. Used that while I was doing this. Achieved a score of 10 or more in a single visit to table in snooker season mode. So yeah, did do any positional shots and anything like that, and still managed to get that done. The little alliance helped me out nicely there. So we hit the wrestling games. A lot of these I did, create one arena and create an arena. Did a lot of the creating achievements in these. In fact, if they say 1 on it, I think that's probably what I did there. He says without saying. Yeah, create an arena. Probably did that here as well. Create a custom entrance. Yeah, that includes a prop. I used the True Achievements guide for that, because you have to go to the advanced create arena or create an entrance and know exactly which option to pick. So obviously it's something very sort of cliche with answering the phone. What we did in this one, break the announce table. Then, oh my god, oh yeah, in this, so you have to Iriship your opponent into the announce table. Then you press A to push them on the table, and then when you push them on the table, you'll be prompted to press Y for an oh my god moment. Only certain characters do it. So again, look up the True Achievement solution for that one. I believe John Cena is one of them actually, and I think that's what the True Achievement solution says. It does actually. So yeah, just use John Cena for that one. And obviously fight someone weak and not the difficulty down. Oh, I spent a bit of time with this because I could do a lot of this with 2 controllers. So we will talk about this one. So what do? We made a create superstar. That's nice and easy to do. Performed a combo at least 5 moves in length. I must admit I fluked that one. Land at least 100 strikes in a single match in any mode, so just literally press the strike button. I think I cranked the difficulty down as well. Won a match without using any grapples, so that obviously unlocked at the same time as the strike one. Oh, I was in a tag team, and basically my opponent my partner did all the work. Defeat the superstar with a legend, so obviously there are some characters are superstars, some are legends. Obviously the people that were currently in the WWE at the time and in the game at the time are the superstars. So it should be, if you're a wrestling fan, it should be pretty obvious to which ones are which. So I won a Tornado tag team match as Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. So I'd learnt the mechanics of the game by now, and I think I pretty much did all of these with 2 controllers. So no AI was involved, or no AI was involved as an opponent. I did use. Oh no, the AI was opponent. Sorry. I was myself and an AI control partner, and then controller 2 was obviously itself and an AI control partner in the case of the tag team matches. But anyway, 2 controllers a lot of these. So I was Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage, Tornado tag match. Again, 2 controllers, and made sure controller 2 just stayed in the ring and never tagged. got that done nice and easy. We jumped down by accident there. Won a match without using any strikes. I just used grapples. Won a match in under 2 minutes. So if you do a singles match against yourself, it's going to be super easy, and you're going to do it in under 2 minutes quite easily. Right, landed at least 10 successful strikes with an object in a single match. Drag a chair out from under the ring. You get sent. It's a weird one, this, how they wanted you to do it. You sort of stand centrally outside and you flick the right thumbstick while hitting another button. Something like that. It's a really weird way of doing it. I probably might have remembered that wrong. So look up True Achievements again solution for that one to help you there. Won a fatal 4-way elimination match. Cracked out 4 controllers for this one to make sure I didn't lose. So yeah, 2 spare controllers on my Guitar Hero guitar were working to help me get that one. Won a match when your Superstar Zero's at hell. So I beat myself up with another controller and then won obviously with my main profile controller. Won a handicap match, again 2 controllers. Defeat Under the Giant with the Big Show in a handicap match is Rey Mysterio, so you can set that up again. 3 controllers on the go there for that one to make sure they didn't attack me. Defeat a Legend with the Superstar, so the other way round. Won a steel cage match, again you have to climb out with that. Again, if you're 2 controllers, nice and easy. Form at least 5 grapple reversals during the match. I learned how to do that thanks to TA and just quickly knocked that out with 2 controllers, so the other opponent wasn't fighting back. 5 signature moves in a single match. Learned how to do one of those again thanks to trueachievements.com. Mashed that out in one match. Won an extreme rules match and performed 10 successful regular aerial moves in a single match, so basically jumping off the top rope. Again, 2 controllers. The other person's not going to stop you in mid-flight or even climbing the turnbuckle, so nice and easy. Honestly, there's a lot you can get out of this with 2 controllers, so most of that work there was done with 2 controllers. In fact, nearly all of it was. So this game looks a lot of fun, and I would like to return to it and play some of the story mode stuff. Obviously, there's no extra controller help to be had there. Right, so Raw 2008, SmackDown Raw 2008. Arguably the referee 4 times in a match. You have to have a specific character that can do that ability. I used the True Achievement solution, which told me to use Randy Orton. I thought someone very weak, put it on easy, and made sure that I did that. So, yeah, again, check the True Achievement solution for that, and you'll understand how to do that a little bit more than what I'm saying here. Raw 2010. Create an original image using the paint tool. Again, another easy one to do. Luxor 2 was on a compilation disc, which was the only game on that I hadn't done. Awarded for complete level without losing a life, so the first level was really easy to do. XCOM games. What did we do in those? I'm literally looking at every game on. This video is going to be over an hour. Complete tutorial mission, thank you, nice and easy. And this game seemed pretty much exactly the same, the tutorial mission, so I actually didn't do it and augment a soldier single player. So I learned, again, trueachievements.com helped me with this one. And it was something to do with, you could sort of cheat by advancing time, sort of once you'd done a mission. And you can get that. Yeah, read True Achievements on that one, please, because that one's really hard to explain, certainly when your memory's a little bit jaded. Right, X Factor, 6 achievements, 6 of 31 achievements. So I did start the career mode after I performed one song in solo mode, and scoring the points isn't difficult. And once you start the story mode, qualifying for boot camp is easy. Getting a minimum score 10,000, 50,000, they were easier, and I rehearsed one song in that story mode before I then decided to stop playing that game for now. But I could return to this and get a nice chunk out of that, I do believe, and hopefully the neighbours can't hear me. X-Men Destiny, 1 of 50, select to power. That wasn't too difficult to do. That was very early on. X-Men the official game. Wolverine is 0G achievement for doing Wolverine's tutorial. Basically, it counts as doing an achievement, but it's not getting me any gamer score. Zone of Enders. Won your first encounter with Neath. That's literally the first achievement you'll unlock in the game when you do the story mode. Managed to get through that. It looks like that's going to be a tough completion to do that one. So we've got 2 in 2K16. What did we do? Play a match using custom arena. So we did that. I had to because it was it's good. This rig is my playground, and I'm a big fan of Paige. Or she's gone back to Saraya now in AEW, isn't she? So I was like, I have to have that achievement because it's kind of named after her, and her picture's in the thumbnail. But then again, I know how to do this. Put your opponent through the announce table for an oh my god moment. So I did exactly what I did earlier in another game. I actually did it with Paige against Summer Rae. So she is one that you can do that with. I've learnt from experience. But yeah, I wanted to use Paige, so I had to have a game with Paige. And when I saw that achievement, I was like, well, I can get that. Right, this is where we started hitting the piles. I played a game at NBA Street Home Courts, and I got basically enough baskets from beyond the arc, so 3-point zone, to get that achievement in a game. We spent a bit of time with World Rally Championship 2010 by the looks of it. Oh yeah. Enter the car settings menu, nice and easy. Complete a valid lap in time attack mode, very easy. Perform a slide at least 30 metres, just happened while I was going for other achievements. Complete a single player, single stage match. Again, that's not in career mode, that's nice and easy to do. That happened again, just happened while I was going for other achievements. The jump. Complete the debut test in a road to the World Rally Championship in first position. So I started the championship. Obviously, I've got it on a very easy setting because I'm not that great at racing games and driving games, especially rally games, but I just enjoy them. So I did that, and then once we got past the debut test, we called our team that for the achievement. Name your team Mr. Macaco, I think that's how you pronounce it, Macaco, perhaps, I don't know, one of those two. So we did that just to get that Tenji as well. Crash Mind Over Mute, we ended up getting 4 achievements out of Crash. What did we do? Oh, I am looking at everything, aren't we? So you've learned to dig was what I was going for, but I ended up playing the first level for a bit more, got a ×10 combo, one per co-op puzzle solved. I can't remember exactly what that was, but it can't have been difficult. And we also got a 15 multiplier as well before we moved on. SmackDown vs Raw 2007 was in the piles and not in the wall. Create an original stable. Oh, these are all create ones that are easy to do. Create one original superstars in create superstar mode. Create an original entrance in create an entrance mode. And create an original stable of superstars in create stable mode. So those are the ones that you could get without having to sort of earn anything. There are a couple of other create achievements, but I learnt that you needed to actually sort of unlock those. Oh dear, Rapala tournament. Right, I didn't enjoy this at all. I love Sega Bass Fishing, so it's nothing against fishing games if they're done in my sort of style, I guess, because obviously Sega Bass Fishing is an arcade fishing game. But anyway, we eventually learned how to do. Maybe I should have read the manual or something like that. I learned how to eventually cast and reel and catch fish, and I was getting frustrated. So I was like, okay, well, we've learned how to do it now, and we've finally learned how to catch a fish and reel them in. I'm just going to keep restarting that first area until I catch one in the first 2 minutes. And so many times a fish sort of swam up to it and went, oh, do you know what? No, and swam off. So, yeah, it was eventually great when one bit in the first 2 minutes I was able to reel them in. MX vs ATV Supercross, coupling this one. So that's super easy. Just do exactly what it says. Visit the Motor Club Depot, bump achievement unlocked. But I thought before we move on, we will do a race because you get achievement for finishing a race without going off the track. So we did that as well, and that was 50G as well. The first Templar, I remember playing through the first level and finishing it, and we got 3 achievements along the way. So what were those? Finished the whole level without both characters dropping below 1 health orb. Rescued the messenger of King Philip. Killed 5 enemies in less than a minute without taking damage. So that happened along the way, but I was going for that. And then when I finished that level, because you kick the door and then at the level ends, you rescue someone. Job done. And those happened as well, because you can actually switch between 2 characters while you're playing through. I didn't realise that. You have 2 of you running around. So I would imagine, it's a good game for co-op if you like the game. So I played the other Crash game. Played co-op, so I pressed start with second controller after I started the game, but we did also do one Mojo Room challenge. So once you get to the first one of those, it's really easy to do. But if you just want to get achievement and move on, start the game and press start once you're in a level, and you'll get that. So you don't have to even get that. You can get that within a couple of minutes of starting a level. Earth Events Wars 2025. Rescued 5 other players in co-op play. Yeah, I looked at the achievements on this, and it was certainly... This was the easy and quick one to get an achievement done in this game. So yeah, start a split screen game, have your other person pick the sort of rocket launcher weapon and fire on the floor and injure themselves, and then you walk over and you press the button to rescue them as prompted. Do that 5 times, achievement unlocked. Ratatouille, this one is literally, I don't need to open this one. This one is literally starting the game. You enter this sort of tutorial level. I did play it for a bit afterwards, but then I was like, I've got an achievement, let's just move on. Yeah, in that tutorial level, you sort of have to follow another one of the rats round. You are Remy, but you follow this other guy, I forget his name. He runs along, jumps on this tree stump. You run along, jump on that tree stump. You get an achievement for jumping on that tree stump. It is unavoidable. Rugby League Live, I'm pretty sure this was, again, view the credits. There we go. I know it's something easy. It was either that or it was going to be create a player, but this one is view the credits, so... Another easy view the credits achievement. I think probably in this one as well. Oh, here we go. View the entire credits, but we could also create a player in the fan hub and upload it to the world. I create and share a custom team in the fan hub. So they would create stuff that not much work, nice and easy to pop. So we did those as well. Hot Wheels beat that. Got 4 out of this. I really am talking about every game, aren't I? Successfully landed a jump on all 4 wheels for the first time. Successfully achieved a secondary goal for the first time. See, now I was racing and I was like, how have I not landed on 4 wheels? All these achievements unlocked at the end of the race. Successful revenge track for the first time, so I obviously got lucky there in doing that. Successfully achieved gold for the first time in a quick race. I did actually win the race, so I'm guessing winning the race was enough to get the goal. But basically, I was thinking, I'll just do a race, I'll surely get that. And I did, but it unlocks at the end of a 3-lap race, as did all the others. Hot Wheels, I think that's World's Best Driver, that stands for 50 chain multiplier, 20 chain multiplier, 10 chain multiplier, collected a token. That was the one that I was going for, collect a token. Very easy to collect a token. They're everywhere in a level. But I did this sort of checkpoint race where you just going in a straight line, and every time you hit a boost pad, it sort of builds up your multiplier, but it doesn't just build up in chunks of one. It builds up in chunks of quite a bit. And I eventually finished that level and won the race. I did achieve a gold for some reason. I think I need to upgrade my car so I can get further before it times out. But I did win the race. But so in my multiple attempts of trying to win the race and realising I can't because I need an upgraded car, I did actually get 50 chain multiplier for hitting nearly every boost pad available to me. So yeah, we got quite a bit out of that. I think I just happened to go for the right event at the right time. PDC World Championship Darts is something I would quite happily go to. I played the second one 1000 G'd it. I will need someone to do the online with this. It's not dead, I believe. It's still shown as obtainable and true achievement, so it can be done, I do believe. Hit no score. Oh yeah, see, this is the one that I was going to go for, but I got other achievements first. Hit a no score area of the dartboard 3 times in a single turn, so you just launch it off the dartboard 3 times in one go. But I purposely left myself 163 bogey checkout, and then I was going to do that achievement, but then I think when I did that, my opponent won, so I couldn't. But then after that, I sort of learnt how to actually throw a dart decently in the game. I was able to get a 180, and obviously I was able to win my first non-party match. So I did those, and I was like, I haven't got that achievement I was going to go for, so I quickly shot into another match and just threw 3 darts off the board. But this is a game that I like darts. I enjoy watching darts. I used to play darts, and I kind of got the outshots in my head still, so I don't really need the computer to help me, even though it does. And I just think I'll enjoy this game because I like darts. Okay, so a jump cut after accidentally hitting the dashboard button, and it for taking forever to load back in, but I have had a little bit glimpse into the future, and we are nearly done. A few more games to go. Winter Sports 2010. I think I accidentally spent a bit longer time on this than I expected because I was going for individual achievements in events, and I thought, you know what, let's just start the career mode. And the Rookie Cup is super easy to win. Wish I'd have started with that. Honestly, just start the career mode. That Rookie Cup, even if you don't really know what you're doing, is not difficult to win at all. So that's what we did there. We triumphed in the Rookie Cup. Okay, Winter Sports 2011. What do we do in this one? Oh, well, I went for this. Win a race without ever getting jostled by an opponent in single play. You can actually do this in training, push you up against people, which is what I did. And I thought, you know what, this was one that was eyeing up. All you do is, as you're racing, you flick the right thumbstick left and right to sort of throw your arm out and hit somebody, or give someone a little sort of nudge. You can actually end up pushing them over. It'll give you warnings and all that, but you're in the training mode, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that was what I was eyeing up. And after I'd won that race without ever getting jostled by an opponent, they tend not to in that training mode. I thought, you know what, we'll stay in this training mode, race over and over again until we've jostled someone 49 times ourselves. Above that is UFC Undisputed 3. I think this was, select a guided tutorial. So you just have to select it, you don't even have to do it. Once you've selected guided tutorial, achievement unlocks. Thank you very much. Disc out, let's move on. This is actually A Train HX. I don't know what's in Japanese writing. It is a PAL copy of the game. Number of factories exceeds 30. I had no clue what I was doing. I was going for another achievement, and I was like, why can't I only put factories down? I was going for another achievement where you build X amount of houses, and it said you needed this type of resource centre or something in the True Achievements guide for that. And all I could build was factories, and I was just whacking them down without knowing this was an achievement. Lo and behold, I built more than 30 because I was building the smallest one available. I was advancing time at a ridiculously fast rate, and luckily enough for me, this achievement unlocked, and I thought I was going to spend ages with this game, and I ended up spending probably around about 20 minutes max, if that, because I didn't know that was an achievement. I was going for another one which looked easier because it had a much better ratio for certainly being easy, and yeah, thank you for not knowing about that and unlocking that. Legends of Troy, I didn't realise this would be the style of game it was. It was very much a hack and slash game. We ended up getting 3 achievements because I was going for the special enemy. I thought, we'll kill a special enemy, one of those will turn up eventually. But performing 20 finishes, obviously before that you've really killed someone, you do get a prompt to press a button to do a finisher, and that's what I did there, because I knew that was an achievement. You can actually run up behind somebody who is fighting somebody else within your little army and press Y when they're not looking at you, and you'll do a finisher on them. But oh no, this was the achievement I looked up first. Collect a blessing. The first blessing, which is basically the collectibles, is right behind you when you start the game. You sort of turn around and run back, and this glowy thing that's coming out the floor is a blessing. And yeah, collect that. That's that achievement unlocked. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to play this game, because after looking at where that was, I saw what style of game it was, and that's what led me to playing it. It's all coming back to me now. So yeah, we did the 20. I thought, we'll kill a special enemy, and then learn how to do finishers along the way. So we've got a couple of other achievements out of it along the way. That game looks fun. That could be one that I want to return to rather quickly. Kung Fu Panda Showdown of Legendary Legends, I think is what the LL stands for there. A couple of super easy achievements in this one. One is for just looking at a bio of a character, which is literally something that's available to you straight away. So you go down the character bios, you open one up, boom, 40G achievement. Thank you very much. Nice and easy. Use an awesome attack. So I thought we'll get 2 controllers out with this, do 1v1, and I'll just batter the other person until I built up what can be, built up the button press for an awesome attack. Get me words out. I've been speaking for a long time here. Yes, I did that and did an awesome attack. And then I thought, play practice. So you go into practice mode, it doesn't unlock. Back out of practice mode, it unlocks. So really super easy achievements you can get there, especially with 2 controllers in the case of that one. I would imagine there's a lot I can get out of this with 2 controllers, but also there's a lot I can get out of this. It's very much a sort of a Smash Brothers type game, but you actually have to defeat someone rather than just push them off the edge. You actually have to wear down their percentage. Not sure if I'm going to enjoy it, but it is a fighting game. I will endeavour to give it a good bash. Right, World Snooker Championship 2009. This was another 2 balls in a row achievement, but also there's one for 4 in a row, so we did that as well. I did that first game. I think I had to play again to get that game, play another game to get that one, and then we nipped into snooker mode and got a break of 10, which isn't too difficult. There's also one for get a break of 25, which I got close to and then messed up, and then I just thought, you know what, we'll move on, others will end up stuck on this game for a while. Sniper Elite 3, I remember playing through the first mission in this and getting those achievements, which was for completing that mission, and completing mission after losing over 500 units of health. Yeah, I was doing alright at the start, and then I kept getting detective, and I went a bit rogue with with the rifle and the pistol, and got hit a bit but never died. So little did I know, I kind of fluked an achievement while going for that. But that first mission, going by the fact I was able to get absolutely hit loads of time, and I never died once, by the way, just got hit a lot. So that mission is easy because you can get hit a lot and still do it, and I'm not very good at those sort of games. Madagascar 2, I remember playing through kind of the first level, which is kind of a level, it's just like loads of mini games in one go. Although I did learn about this achievement, because this is one of the easiest achievements to do, going by its ratio on true achievements. And someone said, when you get to the giraffe bit where you sort of spin in the air and go through some balloons, just walk off the side and you'll fall 75 feet. But it didn't unlock for me, and I kept doing it over and over again, and I was like, okay, we'll just have to move on now. So we completed the first level, which is called In Madagascar, and did not allow a single mole to escape in the firework minigame. That's in the second level, and that did unlock straight away. But this achievement didn't unlock for me after that first level to finish. Very strange. But yeah, I think that's at the start of the second level, and that's not difficult to do. There's 2 different types of moles that come out. You have to press a different button to tackle each one. One makes you do a spin move, one just makes you bash them on the head. Not difficult. You'll get those achievements in no time at all. Everyone Sing, cracked out the microphone again. Complete one song in karaoke mode. You don't actually have to sing in that one. You can just let that play out and it'll unlock. I chose Pulp Common People, and then I chose a Razorlight song for that because I wanted to see the other mode where the lines are actually on the screen that score you points, and I somehow fluked this along the way. I just thought, I'll sing one song properly, see if anything unlocks, and that's what unlocked. Turbo, it's just Turbo Super Stunt Squad. What an awful game this is. It's a really weird Tony Hawk's clone. Luckily enough for me, collecting the letters Turbo in the first level is not that difficult, and I was able to do that, which was completing an objective, but this is one I'm going to want to go back to anytime soon. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011, that achievement was basically the end of the first level, which was defeating the grizzly bear boss without dying. But basically what he means about dying is just finishing it, because I must have died multiple times, and it just checkpoints you back to the beginning of the battle, and once you get the battle done, it's easy. A trick I learnt with him, because like once he runs at you and you're trying to move out of the way, occasionally he'll grab you and you have to do this quick time thing where you have to swipe left, swipe right, and then shoot his sort of glowing heart with whatever weapon you have in your hand out of the ones you can select at the time. And if you miss it, it's not just losing health, it's game over. He mauls you to death basically, and you start again. But a trick I learned is to stop that sort of cue cutscene happening is when you're backing yourself away from him, if you turn yourself 90 degrees sideways completely and continue backing, it actually stops it happening. However, you do need to do the quick sequence for the final hits. So yeah, we got to the final hit a few times after learning that trick and messed it up, but we eventually got the first level done. But it will take you quite a while to get to the grizzly bear. Honestly, it will take you quite a while. There might be a quicker achievement in the game, but I just started up the main story mode thinking the achievement will come when it comes, and ended up having to finish the entire first mission. Scream Ride, beat the tutorial roller coaster at the beginning. It's not too difficult. It teaches you what to do. There's not many buttons to press. Yep, nice and easy 5G. Shrek the Third, this was only a couple of days. Yeah, use Super Ogre Power 5 times with Shrek or Fiona. There is a tutorial at the beginning which teaches you a little bit. You're able to actually Ogre Power up twice in that. I started the first level and I was basically, wait for that to build up 3 more times and got that. MotoGP 1011, I did finish a race in the career mode and won it, which was that achievement there, your first win. That sort of, it kind of teaches you the game at the same time, that very first race. Once I won that first race, it brought me to the menus where I could customise every aspect of my bike and rider and get that achievement as well, which is the one I was going to aim for. So it's just as well I won the tutorial bit at the beginning and got that as well. Nice little bonus one. Destroy all humans, Path of Fury, and that achievement is for killing 15 mobsters in the first level. It is really hard to miss that, because that is there's quite a few of them at the beginning. Honestly, really easy to miss that. So World Series of Poker, I can't remember what TOC stands for, forgot that one already. Unlocks the casino events. Start the story mode, win or lose that first sort of table, achievement will unlock. So all I did was go all in straight away. I lost the hand, but I unlocked this. I unlocked casino events and unlocked that achievement. Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3, I ended up playing the first mission about 4 times to get enough G, the in-game currency, to unlock that achievement. Looney Tunes Acme Arsenal, that's the European version I have, funnily enough, the PAL version. Successfully complete the tutorial, there we go. It says in brackets there, by the way, it's more fun if you cheat, but I don't know what it means by that. I just did the tutorial. It wasn't difficult. It didn't take long. It took about 5 minutes. And that is everything. And despite the fact that I was going to be brief and not talk about every game, I nearly spoke about every game. But some I did skip past. And as I say, there's a comment section below. If you have any questions about any games, please do feel free to chat a question in the comment section below. And I will endeavour to help as much as possible. This just leaves me to say, if you have enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please hit a thumbs up. That would be awesome. YouTube likes when you do that, so do I. So thank you very much in advance if you do indeed do that. And obviously, for more updates, and if you want to see if I can pull this round, can I claw this back, there's a lot of work to do. I'm going to have to pretty much play all 360 perhaps for the rest of the year, which isn't a bad thing. But if you don't want to miss the rest of this journey, please do consider subscribing to the channel if you're not subscribed already. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, because I know some of you do that, and as always, please do take care.